Hello YouTube, author and illustrator B.H. Blankenship here. I'm doing this video to talk about Golden's 5 Rules of Action. These are actually 5 rules given to me by New York best-time-selling author Christie Golden. They cover on how to write a well-crafted action scene. And let's get started on that list. Rule number 1, character comes first. The more your reader cares about the character or is invested in the character, the more they're going to care about the outcome of the battle. You know, a good example of this being, the classic Star Trek Red Shirt. No one knows his name, no one knows who he is, no one cares when he gets blasted away by alien threat of the week. But on the inverse, the more your readers identify with the character, the longer they follow them on their journey, come to care about them, know them as a friend, the more they have vested in seeing that the character comes through the other side of the fight, and they'll be more gripped and enthralled by what you're writing. Rule number 2, all action works towards resolution and advancement. Basically, you don't want to throw in a whole bunch of action fights and just as a padding or filler. Generally tends to become empty once you do that. Any conflict in the story has to work towards some actual goal, be it setting up higher stakes or the heroes actually coming through to a resolution in the story. It's pretty easy rule. You just don't want to overdo it and just have fighting for the sake of fighting. Then it becomes gratuitous, and once something becomes gratuitous, it becomes a waste of everyone's time. So that is something you want to avoid. Just save your conflict for when it's actually necessary and works towards the story. Rule number 3, it's all about pacing. With that, you're pretty much having to keep in mind that the pace you set, be it lean or graceful, it is definitely still manipulating words to bring your audience where you want them to go. So that is definitely something that pay a lot of attention to with such as fight sequences. You want to keep things short, fast, intense. You don't want to bog things down with too many details or try to get overly technical. Just keep that in mind as you write and as you edit. Just go back through and pay attention to the flow of the story. Alright, rule number 4, the KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid. So you don't want to go into too much detail about how something's going to go. You just need to know that they're going to work. Like, for instance, you don't need to know exactly what a bomb's going to do when it goes off. You just need to know that when it goes off, it's a bad thing. As for any explanations of anything like that, like the effect, the devastation, that can be addressed in other parts. Let's say you have a bomb that's going to spread a nerve gas. You can establish how it's going to do that in another area. But when it comes to the battle, no, leave that information out. Just know that, hey, the timer is going down. They need to stop it before it hits 0. So that kind of thing, just over detailing certain things like that really tends to bog down the pacing, which goes back to rule number 3 about the pacing. So, just keep it going, keep it rolling. 'Cause otherwise, you're going to lose your reader, and they have to start thinking about too many details, and they're trying to pay attention to what's going on quick and in that moment. This one is more rule 4.5. Keep it clear. K. Acronym KICK, and that's basically saying that you keep your wording simple. Don't try to overcomplicate what you're writing when you're writing an action sequence. Some authors do tend to go overboard with the details, and when they do, they can lose the visualization. So it's definitely one thing to keep in mind is how the visualization is going to come across to your readers. So yeah, use simple wording. Don't overcomplicate things. You have to keep it impactful, quick, impact. Just really drive home those points. To really race up the pace of the scene and enthrall your readers. Alright, rule number 5, kind of the mother rule of all these, is your words are jewels. So the words you use really matter. So this rule applies to all the other rules and pretty much anything involved with writing. Be very careful with your words. They are of course what you're trying to convey as a writer. So it's you choose them with care. And if you have to stop and rewrite something because the wording isn't quite right, take that time and do so. That is as extremely important as writers. Make sure that your words are well crafted, not just something that you've gotten out on the paper just to fill up your word count. All right, and again, those are Golden's 5 Rules of Action, given to me by Christie Golden, again, New York Times bestselling author. She has all kinds of books related to World of Warcraft, Assassin's Creed, Star Wars. You should definitely check her writing out. She has given me a lot of great advice, and I think you'll enjoy what she has to say. Alright, well, have a good day, YouTube, and I will catch you later. Alright, one more quick thing, YouTube. If you enjoy my videos, be sure to go and check out my website, check out my books, Bannerman's Blade and One Sling O'Reilly's Merlin-esque Marvels and Mayhem show. I also, on my website, bhblankenship.com, have links to get prints, such as Bookworm and Tower Dragon, and I also have Bookworm available on coffee mug, so be sure to check that out through my Etsy store, and have a great day, and Star the Spokes Bunny wishes you a good day too.